I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and another week of voting is done, and you know what that means. It's week 31 of PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings. Let's take it away. We're back at it with week 31 of PhoneDog's official smartphone rankings, which is the benchmark for this kind of thing. You get to have a voice in the hottest smartphones on the market, and your list and your vote makes a difference. Now, we've got two lists on this chart, the People's Choice chart and the Experts chart. The People's Choice chart, voting by you cast your vote, those are total votes. Then there's the Experts chart, where experts in the industry, myself, my staff, those of us that work in the industry on a regular basis, review devices and have a greater sense of how all these devices work and what devices work best for certain consumer types. That's the Experts chart. So you'll see some differences between the charts, but it's going to be exciting as a whole because as the weeks go on, the fall season and kind of winter season kicks off. Quarter 4 is in full swing, and you're going to see a lot of new devices that are added to this list as time goes on. But let's jump right into this. If you haven't voted yet, go to PhoneDog.com/rankings. Cast your vote for your favorite device. Maybe you like that One X or the Galaxy S3. And hey, the Galaxy Note 2 was just added to the list. So if you like that device, be sure to cast your vote for your favorite unit and tell us why you like it as much as you do in a full review, which you can do from that page at PhoneDog.com/rankings. Let's jump into it. People's Choice chart, 5th place with 49 votes, the Nokia Lumia 900. This device has been out for a while and is getting ready to be replaced by the Lumia 920, but it's still a flagship device on AT&T and on the Nokia side. So it packs a 1.4 gigahertz single-core CPU, a 4.3-inch display, an 8-megapixel camera, and Windows Phone 7.5. Now in 4th place with 77 votes, the Galaxy Nexus Global Edition. This is the device that packs a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor. You can find it at Google Play for $349.99, and it comes with a stock build of Android 4.1, also known as Jelly Bean. So you get that Project Butter goodness, you get Android 4.1, and you get a stock version of it so you can hack it, root it, mod it, tweak it as much as you'd like to, and that's why most likely that device is still in the 4th place slot with 77 votes. In 3rd place with 133 votes, the HTC One X, a flagship device for HTC, even though the One X Plus has already been announced and is coming soon to AT&T. The One X packs a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon S4 CPU, a 4.7-inch display, an 8-megapixel camera, and Android 4.0. And this is where it gets kind of interesting, actually. In 2nd place with 239 votes, the Apple iPhone 5. Now, this device has been out for a couple of weeks, is really hot amongst consumers. It's packing an Apple A6 dual-core CPU, a 4-inch Retina display, an 8-megapixel camera, and iOS 6. So it's a new device for Apple, even though it's evolutionary in a lot of ways and maybe playing catch-up to some of the other Android devices and Windows Phone devices on the market. Here's where it gets fun, though, with a 602 vote difference, a huge amount of difference between these two devices. 2nd place with 239 votes. 1st place with 841 votes, the Samsung Galaxy S3. It holds that 1st place spot yet again with a dual-core 1.5 gigahertz S4 CPU, a 4.8-inch Super AMOLED HD display, an 8-megapixel camera, and Android 4.0 with TouchWiz. That's the People's Choice chart. Now, it's going to be interesting, again, get your votes in because the Galaxy Note 2 just was added to the list. We've got a bunch of new devices coming this year, the Lumia series, the new Motorola devices, and more. So stay tuned because this list is going to get all kinds of crazy in the next couple of weeks. Now on the Experts chart, the voting's a little bit different, but you can kind of see the similar trends. In 5th place, and this was most likely 5th place just to give you a heads up because it was just added at the end of the voting cycle last week, the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 is in 5th place. In 4th place, the Apple iPhone 4S. In 3rd place, the HTC One X. In 2nd place, the Galaxy S3. And in 1st place, the US version, I should say, and in 1st place, the Apple iPhone 5. Now, I'd encourage you, if you're wondering how the experts voted, go over to PhoneDog.com/rankings/experts, because the way we do this, we combine all of the expert votes together to get the top 5 list. So your favorite expert, be it Taylor, be it Anna, be it myself, be it whoever, may have voted differently, may have voted like you, maybe they didn't vote like you did at all. Head over to PhoneDog.com/rankings/experts and see how each individual expert voted on our chart. That's week 31. Stay tuned because the Note 2 is on the list. The One X Plus will be on there soon. The Lumia 920 and 820 will be on there. And then, of course, the Motorola devices as well as we go into this really busy, really exciting quarter 4. So stay tuned. I'll be back next week to talk about week 32. But in the meantime, let your voice be heard. Make that vote count. by going to PhoneDog.com/rankings, casting your vote, because again, I've seen several instances over 31 weeks of doing this where 1, 2, maybe 3 votes makes a difference between a device being on the list and not being on the list. So be sure to cast your vote. I'll be back next week. We'll round it up in week 32. Until then, stay tuned, cast your vote, and I'll see you next time.